Hey YouTube, Dusty here, and I'm excited to announce I have officially launched my Patreon page. If you like what I do, you can sign up for tiers like Saiyan, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan Rose to unlock exclusive daily content. You can also unlock unique callers for my new Discord channel. Regardless if you become a Patreon or not, make sure you stop by and say hello. Hello everyone, Dusty here. I'm excited to announce that KitchenTableMeta is collaborating with Popo's Kitchen, a new site specializing in Dragon Ball Super singles. They have everything from Set 1 tournament promos to Union Force and even Dash Pack promos. And if that wasn't enough, you can even trade in your old cards for credit. Do you have a playset of Sensu beans you're not using? Turn them into credit and buy that shiny Jiren. Don't forget to tell them Dusty sent you by using the code KitchenTableMeta at the checkout to save 10% on your entire order.
Alright guys, here we go. The last and final round. The Dragon Ball Super card game. Regionals here at Hartford. Round 8. We have Eric Hill playing Tricolor Ginyu on the right, 5-0-2. And Leonard, 5-1-1. Leonard Ludwig, blue-green, Android 17-18. Which is, I love these leaders. I'm telling you guys right now, this leader is really underrated, and I'm really excited to see. As you can tell, he's 5-1-1. Obviously, something's going right. And so he's going to attack into Ginyu here. 10,000 into 10,000. Eric Hill is going to block that with his combo there. Again, the powerful thing about this Android deck is, remember, it awakens at 6, which is very, very powerful. All right, so we're going to have Eric Hill here at 6 life. Unfortunately, I cannot see the life over here, so I'm going to... All right, so it looks like, sorry about that, guys. I just communicated to my floor judge to move Leonard's life a little bit more in frame there. Eric Hill is at 6 life. Going into Leonard's turn here. He's going to go in his turn 2. See if he has an Android play here. We'll see what's happening here. Let's play out his green. Has an objection possibly here. He can objection. He does have the Android 3 in his hand, though. 3-cost Android. It looks like he has the ability to search out the 5-drop, too. And I think he has an 18 in hand, too. So he actually, next turn, could put a lot of pressure on his opponent. See what he decides to do here. He might objection. No, he's just going to combo with TN here. I have to really pay attention because I can't see his life. So it looks like Eric is going to do that Jocko, main board Jocko, returning that TN to stop the Android from awakening. So Eric's going to pass the turn. Again, remember, Leonard's next turn is still potentially pretty powerful. He can play the TN down his energy, play out the 3-cost cell, and then starts absorbing. Now, Eric can combat this with a Cold Bloodlust. I don't see one in his hand. I see a Crusher Ball in hand, but not a Cold Bloodlust. So Eric might not be able to deal with this. Okay, so he's going to go to 7 life. Looks like Leonard is going to 7 life. So 7 to 6. I need it. It's actually 7 to 5. I'm terrified I'm going to miss a life here on Leonard because his life is completely out of frame. But I will try my best. I have messaged my floor judge, so he should be changing it very soon. Ah, right on cue. That's closer than it was. All right, so Eric Hill going through his turn here. Again, does not have that Cold Bloodlust to be able to shut down this cell absorption, so we'll see what happens. Then we're going to attack with Android 16, or actually I think it's just Android 7 or 18 on that side. He's going to counter that attack. All right, much better. See if he's going to play out the cell here and start going up the chain. We'll see what happens. Actually, I don't think he has an 18 in hand, so he's actually just going to pass. Doesn't have the 18 in hand, going to pass. Eric Hill figuring out what his 4th energy is going to be here. Playing out a 2nd yellow. So he has 2 yellow, a green, and a blue. Using that Ginyu ability to go to 4 life. Going to awaken here. see what Eric Hill's going to do here. He has a lot of plays in hand. A lot of things. He can play out Vegeta, start putting some pressure on his opponent. Definitely going to awaken here. Draw 2 cards. He's just going to play a Boo, draw a card. Still a good card. Actually, can't play a Vegeta. It takes 2 green. So he's actually a little bit limited about his energy, actually. So he's going to play out this Boo, draw a card. Looks like he is going to put his opponent in a situation where he can awaken. So attacking for 15, drawing that extra card. And see what Leonard's going to do here. Leonard's going to take the hit, go to 6. Attacking with his Goku. He's going to use Sensu Bean. So he's up to 15,000 and gets to stop that attack. Draws a card for his turn. And see if he can get the 18. He does have the 18 in hand now. He drew it. Looks like from the hits. So we'll see if Leonard wants to awaken here, draw 2 more cards, see what energy he plays down. Probably wanting to play a blue. Maybe that other objection would be decent. Do not play that cell down, Leonard. What are you doing? Play that 5-cost cell. Nice. Draw 2 cards off of the androids. Expecting to maybe attack here, draw 1 more card, and then go in with his cell combo, possibly. The thing is, though, he doesn't really have anything to remove, so he might be waiting. Might be waiting until Eric gets some more cards in hand, so Eric gets a threat that he can remove. Playing it out and removing a Goku or a Boo doesn't sound that exciting. So we'll see what he does. Oh, he's just going to play out his android here. Like he's probably going to be attacking for 15,000 here. And he gets Crusher Ball. Nice. Now he can't attack. He can't play out another android next turn and start doing the double android attack. Start putting a lot of pressure on Ginyu. Those are 15,000 attackers. They can attack. It's just between the 2 of them. They can attack 3 times a turn. That can put a lot of pressure on Eric. Ginyu hates that pressure, so he's going to objection. I like this play. Leonard's going to pass the turn to Eric here. Eric trying to decide what he wants to do. He needs a second green. That turns on Gotenks. That turns on Vegeta. Looks like he might be using that Vegeta in his hand to actually play a second green. No, he's going to use Gotenks. I like this. All right, so he's going to attack 15,000 into the android. 15,000 to 15,000. Let's see if Leonard decides to protect this or not. Eric's going to draw his card here, see if he decides a combo. Looks like he says no combo. He's just going to use his 3-cost cell to protect it. See what Eric decides to do. I'm really surprised Leonard's not using this cell to start going off the chain, but I think he's actually just going to use double android to just put pressure on Ginyu, which I love that play. Nice. Is going to use this Vegeta to kill the android. Has to. It's 4 or less. And it does have double strike. And with a lot of androids in hand and a lot of counters in hand. I feel like Leonard is very scared of of Cold Bloodlust here, so he's trying to play around it by just being aggressive with his androids. I like that play. It's a smart play. It also it could put Eric in a bad position. He obviously doesn't want to Cold Bloodlust an android. It's just 15,000 attacker. So I like it. Playing around Cold Bloodlust in the very efficient way by just playing around it by using aggression, which I like. So his attack into Ginyu here, draw a card, draws another android. This is 10,000 into 15,000, by the way. See if he uses any cards here to boost and maybe do damage to Ginyu, or he's just going to not combo. He just chooses not to combo. He's attack 15,000 into 15,000. Android 17 into Ginyu. Now he's going to combo with Tien. Interesting. That's pretty cool, though. You can actually use Tien. Also use Chaco on the Tien. Return to the Tien once again. Protecting the attack and sending Tien back to the hand. Poor Leonard cannot get these these Tien out of his hands. He's to go pass the turn back to Eric. So what Eric wants to do here. Eric's attacking 15,000 into 15,000 Android 17. Drawing that card off the auto. We'll see what Leonard decides to do here. Here's Super Saiyan Gotenks coming out on Eric. So it looks like he'll choose both of his yellow energy to ready. He's showing a Crusher Ball, Cold Bloodlust, and all the blue shenanigans. Very scary going into Leonard's next turn. But again, Leonard's not, not being as aggressive as I think he was hoping to be originally. It looks like Eric had a bad Ring Laser in hands. Very ambitious main deck card. Very good in the mirror match. So attacking 20,000 double strike into the Android. It's going to get him. So Leonard drawing a card for turn. And tapping his energy. So what he wants to do, he has a lot of defense, not that much offense. He's going to give up on trying to play Tien out, play it down his energy, and put some pressure again, probably on Ginyu here. It's like Chilling Terror, 17 in hand, the one that stops you from awakening. Very good against Ginyu. So here he's playing out the 4-cost Android 18, 20,000 double striker. When this attacks a leader, your opponent has to discard a card. He's going to Cold Bloodlust that, which means it doesn't get the double strike, nor does it get the discard effect. Whether Leonard will still attack with it or not is to be seen. It's possible Leonard could just attack into Vegeta and try to pressure Vegeta, but there is a Goldo in play, so that's probably not going to happen. So he chooses just to pass the turn. Giving Eric his turn here with 6 energy. He's going to play Gohan, killing the Android. This is a 15,000 attacker with critical strike. Eric doing what Tricolor Ginyu always loves to do. That is play a threat, protect its threats, play a threat, kill your threats. Just win off a swarming you with mid-rangey cards. So it looks like Leonard's going to take that hit and go to 5. Eric passing turn around, choosing not to attack with either Vegeta or Super Saiyan Gotenks. Very interesting. I guess he's not wanting to give Android the 5,000 possibly, but the best time to give him the 5,000 is, once you've attacked him. I mean, once he's at 5 life, that way he goes to the 3 of 10. Very interesting choice by Eric. I don't think he should be scared of Mecha Frieza or anything like that, so. He's playing out another Android 18. Let's see if Eric has a response, either Crusher Ball, another Cold Bloodlust. This could actually be pretty good for Leonard. He's forcing Eric to use a lot of cards. I mean, a lot of early Cold Bloodlust on very good cards, but it's possible Leonard might just drop the 7-drop cell next turn, and Eric might not have a response. Since you're being up to 20, which is matching, and then he's going to combo with Boo to put it over 20 to go to 25, protecting that Gohan. So here's Super Saiyan Gotenks once again, coming down. Gonna draw Eric a card, ready 2 of his energy. Once again, go up to 2 yellow open and 1 blue, giving him access to not only the strong counter cards from yellow, but also the very powerful defensive cards of blue as well.
Mike Ward to the stage. Mike Ward.
Gohan attacking 15,000 critical into 10,000. And Android's going to take that hit. Go to 4. It's all tied up, 4-4. Looks like Eric's going to use Ginyu's ability, going down to 3 life. It looks like this might be the turn that Eric decides to put some pressure on Leonard and see if Leonard can survive. So we have 25,000 Double Striker into 15,000 androids. Now the androids at 4 life. They do get that plus 5,000 bonus on all androids. Leonard does have 2 Sensu Beans in hand, though, so he can really protect this, protect his android a lot here. But Eric's going to make that a little bit difficult by using a Sensu Bean of his own, rendering another energy. That's it. He's going to take that double strike and go to 2. Eric playing a zero cost combo card. Gotenks. So he's at 15, 25, 30, 35, 45. This is double strike. Remember, he did use the ability. 50, 55, 65. And that's game 1. Leonard just scoops it up. Eric taking that game very decisively. It shows you the power of this Gohan, Gohan in this deck. Again, you know, Gohan plus Vegeta, just being able to, you know, essentially use these battle cards that come into play in KO to come in, KO, and then, you know, essentially he can protect those threats with his Cold Bloodlust and Crusher Balls, which allows him to essentially swarm the board and take over the game. I mean, it's a very traditional way Tricolor Ginyu wins. Nothing fancy, just how the deck works. And it worked out perfectly that match for him. Interesting to see what they do going into sideboards. Get my overlay set up, and then we'll talk a little bit about sideboarding going in here. Everything's set up there. All right, so the sideboarding here, we have a couple pretty unique options. Now we have Chilling Terror Android 17 from Leonard. Now that's a great sideboard card because essentially Eric wants to awaken very quickly, and it can really shut down the Ginyu's early awakening plan, which is very, very powerful. Now Ginyu has some other really good cards as well. Kale is another great sideboard card. I noticed a lot of these Tricolor Ginyu players have really decided not to include Kale into their main board. And it's very surprising to me because Kale is such a powerful threat, and it's just so good in almost any situation. It's a critical attack threat. It can kill something when it comes into play. It deals with tokens. It just has so many things it does. It's a very versatile threat. And so I expect to see a Ginyu player or Eric sideboarding Kale's in if he doesn't have the main board. And if he does, maybe sideboard in a couple more. Very good in this matchup. Now in Leonard's, also Leonard, there's a couple other cards Leonard could also use. Again, more Sensu Beans would be pretty decent. He just needs to find a way to play multiple threats a turn to try to get around Ginyu's ability to destroy his cards when they come into play. Also, I'm pretty sure Eric runs 2 Jocko main board, so it's possible that he just sideboards in more Jocko. We've seen throughout the events how powerful Jocko is when used against TN. And again, Leonard has shown that he has TN. Now, something Leonard could do is sideboard out the TNs and kind of bait Eric for having Jockos in the board for that matchup. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's see what's make sure to see if you guys have any questions. Go ahead and Kitchen Table Meta. I see no questions. Looks like our opponents are starting to draw, starting to mulligan. Get back into the gameplay, guys. Remember, guys, this is round 8, the final round of Swiss here at Hartford, Connecticut, the first ever Dragon Ball Super Regionals event sponsored by ARG. Super excited to be here. Super excited to be able to cast this. Thank you again by ARG for letting me be here, letting me do this for you guys. This has been an absolute fantastic time. It's been a blast. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, please try to subscribe or follow ARG's Twitch. They really deserve it. They put on a great event. Give those guys a shout out. Check those guys out. Also, if you guys like YouTube, check me out on YouTube. Kitchen Table Meta at YouTube/KitchenTableMeta. You can also check me out on Facebook and Patreon. Essentially, any kind of thing you want to, just go type Kitchen Table Meta. I'll probably pop up on it. All right, looks like our opponents, our players are setting up their life, getting everything set up, shaking hands like gentlemen, and moving into game 2 of this best of 3 match. So Leonard's going to play out Boo, turn 1, draw a card. Eric is responding with getting a Goku off of his Ginyu, taking him down to 7 life. And no blue play. All right, Leonard's playing out a green. He has access to green-blue. No TN in hand. No cell in hand. But he does have access to objection.
I have in my hand your standings after Swiss. In first place with 24 points.
So he's attacking 10,000 and 10,000 Android.
In second place with 21 points.
And Eric's going to take it.
In third place, Nick Cup. In fourth place, Kamal
All right,
Crooks.
pass off to Eric's turn.
In fifth place, Peter Serrano. Sixth place.
He's going to play out a Boo, draw a card. Playing a Crusher Ball down as yellow mana, which means he must have a Cold Ballista in hand. I can't see his hand, but if he's putting Crusher Ball down, that means he's probably doing so to turn on Cold Ballista. They're taking the hit, going to 7.
11th place, Brandon Eldridge. 12th place, Karan Moritun. 13th place, Steve Gleason. 14th place, Jack Holland. 15th place.
All right, play out second energy. We have 2 green and a blue.
And in 16th place with 18 points, Steve Logan.
Let's see what Leonard wants to do here. He's going to attack with androids here, 10,000 into 10,000.
My judges are not posting those standings. You have 3 minutes to bring the errors.
Eric taking a quick second to decide what he wants to do. Decides he's going to take it, go to 4.
Once they are final. Top 16, I will see you back in this room. At quarter of 8.
And we see Android 15 coming in. Combo up to 20,000.
Before 8 o'clock.
So he's going to combo by Awakening, draw 2 cards. But to 50,000, I'm actually really surprised. I actually expected Leonard to be playing Chilling Terror out here in order to stop Eric from being able to draw cards when Awakening. But it looks like he didn't have it.
With your IDs ready at the red tablecloth to your right of the stage.
And so Goku's Eric's going to use that to protect his Ginyu. Still 4 life to 7. Leonard in a commanding lead as far as life goes. All right, Eric playing out his Goku here, tapping a green and a blue, drawing a card. Keeping that yellow open for that Cold Ballista, which is very important. He'll attack 15,000 into Android 18, drawing that card. Let's see what Leonard decides to do here. Leonard with not very many cards in hand. Yeah. All right, getting a little bit of update on the Jordan Markle match. He actually won his first match, which is important, guys. Remember, that's for that 28 card bounty. If he wins that, he gets 28 packs. If he loses, his opponent gets 28 packs. 24 packs, I mean. Pretty close to the same number.
What's 4 more packs?
Running on 2 hours of sleep, guys, so numbers scare me. All right, so we have Leonard attacking in here for 15,000 into Ginyu. See what Eric decides to do here. He has, like I said, a small novel in his hand. He ends up just comboing with Goku here, it looks like. Leonard has a very slow hand so far. Eric doing a good job taking advantage of the fact that Leonard cannot awaken yet. And putting some pressure on him here, I think, this turn. Maybe he's seen a Gotenks come out. What Leonard needs to try to stop doing is try to stop attacking with his androids, because what's happening is Leonard's attacking with his androids, and that's giving Eric a target to attack and draw a card. What Leonard wants to do is not attack with those cards, and essentially make it so if Eric wants to draw a card, he has to awaken. I'm sorry, yeah, if Eric wants to draw a card, he has to awaken Leonard. Leonard's kind of just playing these cards out one for one, and they're just dying, and then he gets no value out of them. And so what he needs to really try to find a way to force Eric into awakening him so he can start getting card advantage every turn.
Yu-Gi-Oh players, those standings are now final. One last time. Top 16 back in this room.
Eric playing out Boo, drawing a card.
If your deck is not in our hands by 8 a.m., you will face penalty. 17 through 30 seconds. Single file line, IDs ready at the red tablecloth for the regular stage for your prizing.
See what Leonard decides to do here. He's going to play out another green. So we have 3 green, 2 blue. He does have access to the 5-cost android that draws you a card. Now, this is the discard android, but it's almost surely going to get Cold Blood Lusted. Eric trying to shove through this novel. We'll see what chapter Cold Blood Lust is at. Oh, chooses not to do it. Attacks 20,000, double striking into 15,000. See what Eric decides to do here. I'm surprised he doesn't have Cold Blood Lust. Maybe he does and just chose not to use it there. All right, see what's happening here. Looks like he's just going to pitch a Dodori here, draw a card, survive that attack. It's possible that Eric actually purposely didn't Cold Bloodlust that attack because he knew he could survive it. That way he gets a target. I'm sorry, didn't Cold Bloodlust that the Android 18, so he would attack with it. That way he would have a way to attack, like have something to attack without awakening him. It's possible that's what he did. It's possible he metagamed him right there. I'm not sure. Maybe he just doesn't have one. But like I said, he has so many cards ahead, I find it very hard to believe he doesn't. So Gohan's coming out, going to kill that android. 15,000 attacker. Looks like Eric might be pushing Leonard over the... Oh, he's just going to pass the turn. Eric switching his Gohan and energy for his foil. He wants that foil one in play. Actually, he isn't passing his turn. He's attacking for 15,000 into Android. Going up to 20,000 with Sensu Bean. Making sure he can get that yellow up. He does have Cold Bloodlust. It's actually the top card, well, I guess the bottom card in his hands. He's passing turn to Leonard. I'm not really sure what he's worried about here. Maybe he's just wanting to say that Cold Bloodlust for sell. Maybe he's really worried about the 7-cost sell. That is something that actually can get Leonard back into the game if he can 7-cost sell, strip Eric's hand away. It is very possible that he's just trying to save that Cold Bloodlust for that threat, which is only 1 turn away, by the way. Which makes sense. If I'm Eric, that actually makes sense because Leonard's turns have been pretty uneventful here. So I think maybe he thinks he's just sitting on a 7-drop sell in hand and is waiting to play it. Cold Bloodlust will protect that. Very smart choice by Eric here. So we have another android coming out. This is the android that, remember, when it attacks, if it attacks a leader, it makes them have to discard a card. It's essentially Go Tanks, but has 20,000 double striker, but costs 2 more. Eric's going to drop a card here for the effect, and then counter it. I mean, essentially, he should have countered first and then dropped the card out of hand, but it's round 8. We're all tired. So he is countering the android attack. Oh, actually, it looks like Leonard's at 6 life here.
Can I have Ryan Severin to the stage?
He did awaken. Finally. So we have 15,000 into 20,000. Ginyu into android 18. We'll see if Eric decides to combo here at all, or he's just doing that to get an attack without having to put any cards in Leonard's hand. He's going to play out Kale here. Love this card. We talked about this in sideboarding. We're hoping Eric puts some in the deck. Card's absolutely fantastic. Going to be able to kill that android almost immediately. Kill that Boo. Kill that android. Attack for 20,000 critical. Nothing Kale can't do.
DBS players, can I either have Ryan Severin or Maverick?
So this is 15,000 critical coming into 10,000 androids. Let's see what Leonard decides to do here. He's just going to counter this play. Now, remember, he also has Mafuba in hand, which is he could use for Kel if he needs to. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to Mafuba Kel. Not sure what happened there. I'm not sure why Eric put it back. Eric taking a second and looking at Mafuba. He's going to use the dice to keep track of how many turns it goes off. Very good play by him. Again, he's just keeping track of board state. Very important at a high level of play. You don't want to make sure you make a mistake and forget what turn Mafuba's out and end up keeping Mafuba out one more turn, which could cost you the game. So very smart play, showing that he's a veteran card game player. All right, so this is Leonard's big turn here. Now we'll see what he can do. Eric is probably expecting Cell to come out right here. See what Leonard decides to do. So play out the 3-drop android 18 and attack with androids. 10,000 into 15,000. Draw a card.
Pay your attention, Dragon Ball Super players. We have a match slip question. Maverick Still or Ryan Severin to the stage?
Pin out the 5-cost android. Again, this is the discard android, 20,000 double striker. See if Eric has a response. See if he'll Cold Bloodlust, Crusher Ball, anything like that. He does have a Cold Bloodlust in hand. We see it's his first card. He's going to let it go. He decides to discard what appears to be a Jocko and is going to use Dodora to draw a card. Looks like he drew a second Cold Bloodlust there. We see another android coming out, and he is going to Crusher Ball that one. And we don't know if Eric runs Mecha Freeze in the deck, but if he does, this could be a blowout. He could remove both of these battle cards. Let's see what he draws. Draws a Sensu Bean. Should be expecting Super Saiyan Gotenks to be coming out this turn. Maybe a Mecha Frieza. I would love to see a Mecha Frieza come out. The only problem is if he plays Mecha Frieza out, he'll need to play, essentially a 3rd yellow, so that way he can still keep a Cold Bloodlust open. We know what's in Leonard's hand, though, so we know that it would be a blowout, but Eric's playing safe. And probably doesn't even have Mecha Frieza in the deck at all, to be fair. The Sensu Bean coming out on the 3-drop to go to 15. He played out Super Saiyan Gotenks. Again, keeping 2 yellow, 1 blue up. That's Eric's go-to energy. That's where he wants it to be. Again, he has the ability to play the powerful yellow counter spells and use the blue shenanigans as well. Sensu Beans and Whis Excursions. Good cards. All right, so 15,000. He's going to take that. Critical. Go to 5. Mafuba's now off. We have Kel. Remember, guys, the way Mafuba works now is that it does ready at your turn, at the beginning of your turn, and then when it comes off, it will be in active mode. They're trying to figure out what he wants to do here. He really needs to try to find a way to get some of these threats off the board, especially the Gotenks. Though, to be fair, it's possible this Kel is actually more powerful or more of a threat to Leonard because of the critical effect than the Gotenks. Leonard probably wouldn't mind actually drawing 2 cards. Looks like he's really wanting to play this Gohan out. Probably take out this Gotenks. We'll see what he has to do here. There could be a really serious argument made to take away the Kel, but Eric's going to use that Cold Bloodlust to protect his threats. Again, this is bread and butter what Tricolor Ginyu wants to do. Play out these mid-range threats and protect them with Cold Bloodlust and overwhelm the board. He's attacking 15,000 into 15,000. We'll see if Eric probably just pitches one of the mini cards in hand to survive. Like Leonard's just simply going to pass the turn. Eric and Sepp have a pretty big turn right here. You can put a lot of pressure on Leonard, or you can just kind of set back, put his board up a little bit more, and then go in for a bigger alpha strike. So you have a 20,000 attacker. Leonard's done at 4. Let's see if Leonard decides to do anything to stop this. He is going to use Piccolo and protect that attack. Actually, he's just going to take it. Go to 3. So you have Ginyu coming in for 50,000. No negate from Leonard. Eric's drawing this card. See what he gets. Goes to the door. Goes up to 25. Draws another card. Plays Jocko. Goes up to 30. Leonard's going to take it and go to 2. Now this puts Eric in a situation where he can possibly all in with this Gotenks here and try to win the game. Leonard only has 2 cards in hand. So say at 25, goes up to 35. $40. So we have the androids at 25. He's at 40 right now, 25, 35, 40. Our androids are at 25. Looks like he can get up to 40, but can't beat 40. So it's going to look like that's game. See what Leonard's going to do. He's trying to take a second, make sure he isn't miscalculating right. He's at 15, 25. He has 20,000 in hand. I'm sorry, I thought that one was 0 cost. So he does have 20,000 in hand. 20, 30. So he's at 45 to Eric's 40, but no cards in hand. Plays out the last Gotenks. That's good game. Game 2, the last match of ARG presents Dragon Ball Super Regionals, Hartford, Connecticut. Super excited. Very smooth tournament. We've had a great time here. Eric Hill takes that very decisively and really, again, shows the power of Tricolor Ginyu. It just, there's a lot of decks that still just cannot deal with playing out a big threat, the Tricolor Ginyu deck protecting that threat, and then essentially just overwhelming you with multiple double strikers. Still, it's what's been doing since set 1. It's still does that going into set 2, and it'll probably still be doing it in set 3. If you guys have any questions, guys, get ready to ask me. But remember, at KitchenTableMeta in the chats, and I will do my best to answer any of the questions you guys have about, you know, the event going on here. We still have quite a few matches going. A lot of the top tables, a lot of people battling to get in. Let's see what happens. Remember, Jordan Markle is still winning his match, which is very, very important, because if he wins this match, he gets 24 packs, correct? Not 28, like I said the last time, because he has actually not lost one bounty. So, looks like right now Leonard's kind of going over what he's sideboard in, and Eric is just kind of talking, chatting it up, having a good time. Guys, remember, if you haven't already, make sure that you follow ARG Live. Great group of guys, as it turns out. They do this little thing called, you know, ARG Circuit Series. Not sure if you've ever heard of it before, but it's a pretty big deal. And actually allows us to be here, do these regionals. You know, Jim has done a great job supporting this game. I'd like to thank all the staff here at ARG. The judges have been amazing. All the players have been awesome. Community is awesome. You guys are awesome. Chris is awesome. He got me a sandwich, ham and cheese sandwich. All-star of the match, all-star of the day. Okay, guys, I'm going to start moving into some of your guys' questions. Like I said, if you guys have any questions at all, at KitchenTableMeta in the chat, and I'll start answering them. All right, go to the caster desk, pop up your guys' questions, see what we got going on here. Sorry guys, going through some of these questions here, see if there's anything that's relevant. All right, at KitchenTableMeta, is there going to be a top 60 announcement on stream? I'm not sure. I mean, I can possibly use my cell phone and record the top 60 announcement and then put it up on the KitchenTableMeta Facebook. I could probably do something like that, because the way this stream's set up, there's no way. I mean, I could record them announcing it, but there wouldn't be any audio, because like the mic is the audio, so there would be no way for them to do that. Yeah, that's true. I guess I could tell everybody what top 16 is. If that's something you guys want to see, I could just hold the stream off and then write them down and then do it that way. Because I'll have the pairings list, right? I can just read off of that. That's possible. Why don't you guys let me know? Let me go, just put at KitchenTableMeta. Let me know how you guys want me to do it. I can either record it, put it up on my Facebook, KitchenTableMeta Facebook, or I could just, you know, kind of pause the stream a little bit, like put it into the title screen, and then go grab like a top 16 standing sheet and just read you guys out who made top 16. You guys let me know what you want. At KitchenTableMeta, new Frieza replaces Ginyu. I've answered a couple times to the stream. Absolutely not. They're a little bit different leader. Like I said, I feel like if you copy and paste a Ginyu list into the new Frieza, it's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out, because, you know, Ginyu has a lot of ways to pressure you. It has the double strike to pressure. It also has some cool interactions with the Ginyu Force that's in its deck. So it's not going to be the same deck, but you could make a deck like that. At KitchenTableMeta, give us a top 16 breakdown when standings come out. Absolutely will. Like I said, just let us know how you want me to do it. Any Vegito decks, the top tables. Not sure, guys. Honestly, I haven't had a chance to really go through and look at the top tables. I just kind of grab my match, bring it up, and start recording it. So yeah, like I said, not really 100% sure if there is a Vegito, but I know that there has been Vegito decks played, and they've been pretty successful. At KitchenTableMeta, you should come stream the Orlando Regional. Thank you. Well, like I said, I'll think about it. It is very close to Christmas, which could be pretty difficult. But if you guys like the stream, you guys like what I do, go in the community group, go, you know, to Reddit, go everywhere you want, and just say Dusty did a great job. Dusty from KitchenTableMeta did a great job casting. You know, tag Jim in it, get the ARG involved, let them know that you think I did a great job, and then I will talk to them about doing Orlando. We'll see what happens. Again, you know, at the end of the day, it is their choice, and so, you know, I have no choice in it. I would love to stream it, but we'll see what they choose, see what they do. At KitchenTableMeta, great job today, and thanks for your time and effort. Thank you so much for saying that. I've definitely tried a lot. I'm actually getting pretty tired, guys. I'm not sure if you can visually tell, but it's been a little while. We've had very little sleep and very hungry. So I can't wait to go get me a sandwich or maybe a delicious steak. Sounds amazing. From one of these steakhouses around here. How many Red Bulls you had? Actually, Zuhair, we talked a little bit about it last round. I actually don't drink caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. I don't drink alcohol. You know, don't smoke, do any drugs, anything like that. So yeah, I've had 0 is the answer to that question. Top 8 leaders. Are you talking about my pick for the top 8 leaders in the game, or just in the top 8 what leaders were picked? I don't know yet. This round isn't over, so I'm not sure about that question. As far as top 8 leaders, man, there's a lot of them. A lot more than top 8. Was the Android player not playing Cell at all? I'm not sure. It looks like he did have Cell. He had the 3-cost Cell and the 5-cost Cell in his hand for multiple times. So, and I think he used the 7-cost Cell as energy on the first game. So I think he didn't have the combo. I think he maybe had some bad draws. It happens. I mean, essentially the Cell deck is like a combo deck. So sometimes you don't get those combo pieces. It can happen. And sometimes you get them all in turn 3 against Chris. So. At KitchenTableMeta, just get the standings and write down the decks on the list and read them off. Okay, I can do that. Okay, at KitchenTableMeta, do your own announcement on stream. Get the end rankings. Okay, I will do that. Like I said, as soon as they come out, I'll grab them and I'll just read them. I'll read them off to you guys. Demonic Genocide at KitchenTableMeta. You could just call the players as they do. Yeah, I could do that, but the problem is once they start announcing off the speakers beside me, it gets hard to talk. It's like all muffled. It's like kind of hard to hear me, and I don't want to talk over them and stuff. So, yeah, I think I'll just probably just do the writing down and then do that. At KitchenTableMeta, which leader is better in your opinion, Androids or Cell? I actually like Androids better than Cell in a lot of those, in a lot of matchups. And so, you know, I'm not really 100% sure. You know, I haven't got to play enough of both of them, but I actually like the Android leader a lot. They're super, super good. Usually ARG shares top 16 lists before the round starts between the players. Oh, cool. Go to Bears Barbecue, Dusty. All right, sounds awesome. I'll actually, I know I'm actually having a meeting with one of the judges here. He's actually doing a 1K in Ohio. And so I'm talking with him about possibly streaming it. I think me, him, Danny Hype, and maybe some other people are going out to dinner. Yeah, well, maybe I'll suggest Bears Barbecue. Sounds good. One of the best coverages for a card game event. Wow, thank you so much for saying that. I really, really appreciate it, man. It really, really means a lot. I'll definitely try my best to continue to bring you guys high-quality coverage going into top 16 and hopefully in future events as well. Again, guys, if you like my coverage, you like me talking, you like hearing me babble on about these cards, you can always check me out on YouTube. It's KitchenTableMeta on YouTube. It's also, you can check me out on Facebook and Patreon as well. So definitely check them out. At KitchenTableMeta, awesome job. Keep doing what you do. Absolutely. Amazing job today, Dusty and Chris. Thank you so much, guys, for both of you, Cyber Evo and Mac Champion, or MA Champion 12. Thank you guys so much for all the kind words. It really means a lot. I've really worked hard. I really want to bring you guys the best content I can. It's really important to me. It's really important to me for this game to succeed. And I think you guys deserve, you know, high quality content. And so I'm always going to bring that to you guys in any venue that I can.
Jordan won his match and won all the packs.
Oh, Jordan won his match. Won all the packs, so that's 24 packs, right? I feel like it goes up every time. It's at 24 packs. Jordan actually went all 8 rounds. If you guys aren't familiar, essentially they put a bounty on a player, and so what that means is they have different players here, and every round they get 3 packs. But if someone beats them, that person, if someone beats them, the person that beats them gets all the packs that they got. And so Jordan actually went the entire day without losing, and so he got to keep all 24 of his packs. Absolutely fantastic. I'm pretty sure the only bounty player to do that. So that's really awesome. This was a great first regionals and stream, in my opinion. Thank you very much, man. Honestly, you've done amazing for one person, and major kudos. Thank you so much. Like I said, hopefully for the next one, we'll have a second person. You know, we'll have 2 people be able to come in here and do some content. That way you guys can get some, you know, caller commentary and get, you know, us giving our opinions back and forth. Be a little bit more entertaining for you guys. Again, I'm sorry that we only had one person here today, but that was just kind of what I was allowed to do. So, At KitchenTableMeta, you are doing tomorrow's stream too, and if so, what time? I believe it's at 9 o'clock tomorrow, right? It starts at 9. I am doing the stream tomorrow, guys, absolutely. It'll be at ARG Live. So yeah, I'll be doing it. I might try to get a second person to come on if someone's here and wants to stay. I might be able to try to do that so we can get some dual casting going on. See what we could do. At KitchenTableMeta, you are doing, sorry, I just answered that. At KitchenTableMeta, great job. If you need co-hosts for California Regionals, if it is confirmed, I am so down. Would love to. Would love to do that. It'd be super cool. We'll see what happens. Again, remember, ultimately it's up to Jim, it's up to ARG. So if you guys think I did a good job, you guys want me to do more coverage, just let him know. Just let Jim know that I did a good job. Let them know that Dusty's doing a pretty decent job. He can't do math, but he can commentate pretty well. At KitchenTableMeta, thank you so much, Dusty. Nice job. Thank you so much for watching. You guys being here supporting me means so much, guys. And thank you so much for supporting not only me, but ARG, Dragon Ball Super card game, Bandai, the regional events, everything. You guys put so much heart and soul into this, it really matters. And not Chris. Chris sucks. Yes, check out KitchenTableMeta, all on social media. Great content, awesome quality. Thank you guys so much. Again, I put a lot of time in this. And again, I really couldn't do this without Chris. I'm serious, guys. He helped me out so much. If it wasn't for him, I don't think there would actually be a stream, honestly, being 100% honest. At KitchenTableMeta, still waiting on the BR Vegeta list to make it up on the site. Great show today, brother. Congrats, Jordan. Thank you very much. Like I said, I'm going to try my best, guys, to start getting stuff on the site. It's just, you know, with the regionals and stuff coming up, I had to essentially stop doing a little bit of stuff so I could give you guys a really good quality. I worked on all these overlays. I worked on, you know, getting these lights and stuff set up. So it was just really important to me. I had to sacrifice something to make the stream good, and I chose to, you know, kind of slack off on the website a little bit. Hopefully going forward, I can catch up on the website and get some more stuff out. At KitchenTableMeta, I heard about the Ohio 1K. Unfortunately, I can't make it, but my teammate can if Trey Faircloth. Awesome. I wish Trey could have made it here this week. It would have been awesome to see him. Where's Yu-Gi-Oh? Again, guys, I'm not an ARG employee, so I'm not sure, you know, what the Yu-Gi-Oh situation is. If you guys are interested, you can always, you know, message them on Facebook or, you know, let them know. I have no idea. At KitchenTableMeta, get Combs to cast with you tomorrow. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll definitely do that. I'm not sure if Combs, you know, made top 16 or not, so it's possible he did, and he'll be playing in that. So we'll see. I mean, you know, ultimately it's up to Jim, so, you know, it's what he wants, and then, you know, whatever he decides, you know, I'll always, you know, do. At KitchenTableMeta, if you get another person, have them be a floor reporter. That'd actually be really cool. Going live on the floor with Christopher McKinney. How's it going, Chris? Chris is ready to get some food. At ARG Live, are you coming to Orlando too? Again, I'm not sure. That's 100% up to Jim. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys think I did a great job, just make sure you tag Jim in a post. Let Jim know they think I did a good job, and that way, whenever he decides who streams Orlando, you know, he'll say, you know what, that Dusty guy did pretty good. Maybe we should have him in there. At KitchenTableMeta, get Combs to cast with you tomorrow. Love to. Like I said, you know, I'll talk to Jim, see what we can do. At KitchenTableMeta, amazing work, Dusty. Would also love to see some player interviews. Me too, guys. I would really like to do some player interviews as well. Like I said, I'm not really set up for that, though. And again, you know, I know a lot of players are, you know, it's a huge event. We have 8 rounds. And so I hate to kind of take them on their break, essentially, and bring them back here and kind of drill them. But again, maybe I could do something more in future streams. Make sure I have something set up to be able to do that. What deck was Jordan playing? He was playing Tricolor Ginyu. MC Nuts 420 at KitchenTableMeta. What is your opinion on the Dash Pack Vegito? It says it can't be played in any area without having Gohan go take some trunks into your drop area, but people say you can still combo and charge with it. You can't charge with it, yeah. You can still combo and charge with it. It can't be played, so it can't be played out, but it can be comboed and charged.
Once again, that's time in the round.
At KitchenTableMeta, you should do some top player interviews. Would love to. Love to.
If you need assistance with these procedures, please raise your hand and call for a judge.
What's your IDA? At KitchenTableMeta, you should host all the regionals and always have co-hosts with local players. That would be sick. Thank you so much for saying that. I would love to do all the regionals. You know, but again, at the end of the day, that's up to Jim. You know, he chooses who comes in here and streams. There might be regionals he decides to stream himself. You know, I mean, I'm not sure. I was lucky that he allowed me to come and do it for this time event. We'll see what's going forward and see if he decides to continue to do it. But like I said, if you guys think I did a good job, just let Jim know. Let him know I did a good job. let him know. Go on Reddit, go on Facebook. Let everybody know that you think I did a good job. And like I said, that's word of mouth. It gets back to Bandai. It gets back to Jim. They know I did a good job. They know it was professional. And I have a better chance, possibly. Good job, by the way, Jordan. No, not too bad. Not too bad. Our boy did awesome, right? He was like 7-1.
I'm not going to talk to you, by the way. Great mouse.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is my if it gets stolen, I don't care mouse.
Hey, you're on Botchus' page. Botchus has been my friend for like 10 years.
Oh, really? Yeah, he was the floor judge, so yeah. At KitchenTableMeta, you should do some top players interview. Definitely would like to do that moving forward. That would be super cool. At KitchenTableMeta, you should host. Oh, yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. We'd love to host more regionals. Again, it's up to Jim, up to Bandai. It's up to those guys. Not up to me, unfortunately. At KitchenTableMeta, is there room in the meta for monocolor decks, or is it strictly multicolor currently? We talked a little bit about this last round. I think there is room in the meta for monocolor decks. I think that you can play a monocolor deck and do well. I don't think that you have to play multicolor decks. I just feel like it doesn't make sense not to play multicolor decks because they add so much to your deck. So you could play like a red heavy deck and splash a little bit of blue for like Sensu Bean, Mafubas, like those type of cards, Mawisa's Corrosion, Objection, but you can still be mostly a red deck. It just seems like you're handicapping yourself for really no reason. Now, with that being said, in set 3, what I would like to see happen is I would like to see them add in benefits for having monocolor decks. So, something like, a 2-cost 10,000 attacker, and say if all your energy is red, then it gets plus 5,000 and draws you a card when it attacks or something. Would be really cool. What cards or decks caught you by surprise today? No cards really caught me by surprise today, but the mono yellow Ginyu aggro deck definitely caught me by surprise. That deck was super awesome. It was super fun to cast, and very, very aggressive deck. I liked it a lot. At KitchenTableMeta, have deck lists from the players that are playing on the stream would be nice. Yeah, again, that's all up to ARG. They're over all that. So they might have that up on the website. They might have that up on Facebook. I have no control over that, but it would be cool, and I'm sure it's something they'll probably do. At KitchenTableMeta, you're the best. Nope, you're the best, man. I just sit in front of the camera and talk. Nothing special. At KitchenTableMeta, quick, give us Jim's number so we can blow up his phone and on how we need more Dusty in life. I could do that. I give you Jim's number and let you blow him up, but I feel like he'll probably just murder me. I feel like I'll just be sniped. Violent Roberts, I'll be reaching out to Jim. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, it does help me. If you guys let Jim know how good of a job I did, let Bandai know how good a job I did. Again, it'll be a higher chance that I'll be able to stream other events. At ARG Live, at KitchenTableMeta.
People up to the scorekeeper's table, please.
Jim, have the man host all regionals, please. The think tags coming soon to be ready. Broman Green, why didn't you play? Because I decided to stream the event. I would rather stream the event and commentate than I would actually play in the events. At KitchenTableMeta, so was the last round for the stream? Yes, I was ran out. This is the last one. I'm just kind of sitting here talking to you guys, winding down the stream, getting ready for top 16 here, so we can I can announce to you guys, let you guys know what's going on. At KitchenTableMeta, Jim, have this man host all regionals, please, and think tags coming soon. Be ready. Definitely, man. Love to. I mean, like I said, I'd love to do the regionals, guys. It'd be my pleasure, but at the end of the day, it's not my choice. So, make sure you guys let everybody know how well I did if you think I did a good job. Tell me more about California regionals. I know nothing about California regionals. Again, that's something that Jim's doing, or ARG's doing. I'm not even sure if they are doing a California regional. I think they talked a little bit about. I think it was about 4 weeks ago. Jim talked a little bit about it on the Supercast that he's trying to work with the venue to get something in California, but I don't think anything's finalized yet. But again, I don't know. That's something we'll have to talk about Jim about. You're going to watch the new episode tonight. I would love to actually watch the episode. I'm actually super pumped about the new episode, but I'm pretty confident what's going to happen is I'm going to go eat and then pass out in the restaurant and wake up in like a haze, not knowing where I'm at. So I would love to watch it, but chances are I probably won't be able to. Cyber Evo, Dusty for president of DBS. Vote for me. What has been the most overrated card this weekend? Oh, that's a good question. Most overrated card. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. Overrated card this weekend. I'm going to say Objection is the most overrated card this weekend. I've seen it being played a lot, and it didn't change anything. Like, I've seen a lot of times, because there's a lot more aggressive decks that's currently happening, what's happening is essentially these players are playing aggressive decks to counteract objection, and so what's happening is the players are like going like objection into Whis, into like another objection, and then they just die to the aggression. So I think objection's probably the most overrated card going into this weekend, in my opinion. I mean, I still think it's an amazing card. You should play with it, but I do think that's a card that's honestly looks like it was going to have tons of impact in the games, and just honestly didn't change anything. Any decks undefeated? No, but actually one of the Kitchen Table Meta players went 7-0-1. So 7 wins, 1 draw. At Kitchen Table Meta, hashtag DBS TCG poster child. Thank you so much. At Kitchen Table Meta, how do you feel set 3 will change things with its new color? I don't know. It depends on what the new color is. If the new color is essentially a colorless color, I think it will be a good color. I think it will add lots to the game. It'll make it, you know, where you have these, essentially you'll never know what you're playing against because these colorless colors could change the match. So essentially it'll make it harder to play around stuff. If the new color is like purple or something, a new color, it's hard to say without knowing what it is. Could you give us your top 3 leaders in the game right now, including the new leaders coming out next week? Top 3 leaders. I would say number 3 is Cell. Number 2 is Vegeta. Number 1 is Ginyu. That'll be my top 3 leaders currently, including the draft leaders as well. What card do you think was the MVP today? Jocko was my vote. Jocko did do a lot of stuff on stream. Jocko was very good in the TN matchups. My opinion, the MVP card though was Kel. I still think that card's absurd. It's very good in this game. You know, Gotenks is a really serious card in the meta right now, and Kel shuts that card down and does a lot of other stuff as well. It's a good threat. It's a good control card. Draws you a card. Very good. Thoughts on the draft leaders? If I had to rank the draft leaders, I would say number 4 would be Goku. Number 3 would be Gotenks. Number 2 would be Frieza. Number 1 would be Majin Vegeta. I think Majin Vegeta is really going to change the meta and add a new type of aggro deck into the format. What's your KTM teammate using that's 701? Blue-Red Vegeta. Did you get any Castro swag, promo or otherwise? Can you list what you got? I haven't got anything yet, but I'm sure you know Jim. I think Jim said he's going to give me something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but of course I'll take pictures of it and I'll put it up on the Kitchen Table Meta Facebook page. Again, I mean, Jim just letting me be here at all was honestly gift enough, and the fact he wants to give me a little bit of swag too is fantastic. All right, guys, looks like things are winding down here. Looks like we're getting ready to announce the top 16. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the title screen since the questions are dying down. I'll wait until the top 16 is announced. I'll bring the stream back up. I'll announce the top 16s, and then I'll say my goodbyes, and that'll be it for day 1 of the Hartford, Connecticut Regionals. So thank you guys all for being here. Thank you all for sticking out with me. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'll probably be back about 15 minutes to give out the top 16, and then that'll be it for this stream. Didn't see any Mono Blue Zamasu, Goku Black, or Beerus on stream today. Do you think the bad Cell matchup is keeping those decks from climbing up the ranks? No. I think it's more Bobbity. I think Bobbity is what's keeping those decks down because it's really hard for them to deal with multiple threats like that, and they come out so quick. Now, it's also with the Goku Black. I mean, those are 3 different decks, but with Zamasu, I think Bobbity is keeping Zamasu down. I think with Goku Black, the Crusher Ball ruling is keeping that deck down. And with Beerus, I think people just haven't built a good Beerus deck yet. So I think that's the problem with Beerus. Yep. All right, guys. All right, like I said, I'm going to pop this off, put some music up, like about 10, 15 minutes. I'll do the top 16 announcements, and then we'll be out of here, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys here in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I'm not sure when the announcement's going to be made, so make sure you guys keep an eye on it. Make sure, because I'll pop up as soon as I get the announcement. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the overwhelming support. You guys are all amazing. I couldn't be here without you. See you guys here in about 10 minutes.